Before she drew her first breath, before Celes Lena Goodman existed as more than a ripple in possibility, this timeline had already been marked. Of all the paths the cosmos allowed, this was the favored one, the only reality where her potential aligned fully with creation itself. There are other Celes Lena Goodmans across the multiverse, echoes bearing the same name and spark, but only this one rose beyond the rest. Only this one was chosen. The ether crown was never meant to be shared. It passed over every other variant and settled upon her alone, binding her not merely as a ruler, but as Thestius' multiversal queen. Power answers many hands, but the ether answers only one. There is a sister realm the frontier cannot survive without, planet Heart. For all worlds hang in balance between Heart and Thestius, creation and consequence bound together. In its infancy, Thestius was called PowerLand because power was the language that brought it into being. Yet to the cosmic hierarchy it has always been Thestius, anchored precisely where it belongs in the greater design. I have watched her journey from before her birth, through fractures of alternate powerlands that splintered and failed where this one endured. I see in her something the others never carried, not dominance, but stewardship. She will walk forward as the dreamer, not to command the frontier, but to take care of it. Her children will not all follow the path of righteousness. Some will test the darkness, challenge the order she built, and threaten Thestius in its most fragile hours. But those of her blood who remain true will rise to meet them when the time comes. Victory, as it always has, belongs to those who bear the ether crown, and it is through that legacy that the frontier will endure.
The void of space is a cold mama, a lot colder than the one here in the Midwest. And unfortunately, I'm not superhuman like most of, if not all, the MCs on the Traveler's Frontier. So I'm going to film somewhere a lot warmer. So I'll see y'all on the inside. See these two hits right here? That was a
fatality
to Lainhardt Omega. And to find out what happens next in that story, you have to check out the finished Reloading Septology. We'll be completing that very soon, and it will be available by Arkham House Publishers. Until then, let's get back to this story. So, everyone's arguing like they're about to bite the dust. Another one may bite the dust in another timeline, but in this one, it's the favored one. So that's not going to happen. Unfortunately, Don is still tripping. Celeste has to tell him to shut up. So then something miraculous happens. Behold, the power of prayer. And thus, PowerLand was born. Seems like to me that Celeste loves getting slept into a coma. The first time, it was the Sapphirans' fault. The second time, she may have just used too much power and her body said enough. However, in this 10 years that she was in a coma, society on this new world flourished. So when she wakes up, her friends are all around her. But unfortunately, still after 10 years, Don would have learned his lesson. He's still tripping. It was at this moment he knew he messed up. Fortunately, this didn't happen. Miranda brought her back from the brink. So the question still remains,
do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
You, sir, was shown mercy, because you could have lost your life due to your insolence. But unfortunately, you're one of the few Dons on a frontier that did learn their lesson, because an alternate reality version of yourself was not granted clemency. I'm saving that story for another time. But until then, we're going to continue with this timeline on the frontier in the next chapter. Until then, I'll see y'all later.
Hi, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, consider supporting via boosting this vid and the channel. Also, check out this series on Manga Plus creators. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok under Traveler's Frontier for more related content too. Until next time, we're out here visiting strange new worlds. See ya, travelers!